Young and the Restless spoilers. Victor and Nikki make a promise that changes their future. Remember all the times they've already tried that? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, August 5th. Find Nikki and Victor celebrating their latest reunion, as they avoid remembering all the times they've broken up in the past. When Victor, Eric Braden, first met Nikki, Melody Thomas Scott, he led the bubbly, naive stripper to believe that he was the real Victor Newman's manservant. Great start. Before long, Victor was telling Nikki he didn't love her and forcing her to marry a sweet dupe named Kevin, while Nikki was lying that Kevin, not Victor, was Victoria's, Amelia Heinley, biological father. By the time they got married for the first time, Victoria was a toddler, and Nikki and Victor were convinced the worst was behind them. Victor and Nikki have cheated on each other, taunted each other, tortured each other, and then remarried again, as if none of it had ever happened. Most recently, Nikki walked out on Victor after learning that he'd kidnapped Jack, Peter Bergman, and almost gotten him killed. Nikki demanded that Victor drop his stupid, selfish, petty, and illogical vendetta against her ex-husband. Victor said something about maybe, possibly something. That was good enough for Nikki. Now, Nikki has suggested a trip to Venice, where they can celebrate their reunion and look forward to sunny days ahead. Victor is happy to go along. In the ever-changing world of the Young and the Restless, love has survived betrayals, family feuds, corporate wars, and secrets that refuse to stay buried. Yet, even after decades of weathering life's fiercest storms, Victor Newman and Nikki Newman discover that their greatest challenge isn't an outside enemy. It's deciding what kind of future they truly want together. After months of relentless battles involving Newman Enterprises, family conflicts, and old rivals determined to settle unfinished scores, Victor begins to notice something he has ignored for far too long. Every victory in the boardroom comes with a personal cost. While he continues to protect the Newman legacy with his trademark determination, Nikki quietly wonders whether their lives have become defined by endless conflict instead of happiness. The turning point arrives on an unexpectedly peaceful evening at the Newman Ranch. With the house unusually quiet, Victor and Nikki share a rare, uninterrupted dinner. There are no urgent phone calls, no family emergencies, and no corporate crises demanding immediate attention. Instead, the silence allows them to confront emotions they've both kept hidden. Nikki confesses that she misses the simple moments they once enjoyed. The spontaneous trips, heartfelt conversations, and evenings spent laughing without worrying about the next catastrophe. She reminds Victor that their relationship has survived countless obstacles because they always fought for each other. But somewhere along the way, they began fighting everyone else instead. Victor initially dismisses her concerns, insisting that protecting the family has always been his responsibility. He argues that if he lowers his guard, someone will inevitably try to exploit the Newman name. Nikki listens patiently before asking a question that leaves him speechless. What if protecting the family also means protecting us? The words linger long after the conversation ends. For perhaps the first time in years, Victor begins to reflect on the life they've built together. He realizes that every major decision has been driven by business strategy or family loyalty, leaving little room for personal joy. Nikki isn't asking him to abandon his responsibilities. She simply wants them to remember why they chose each other in the first place. The following morning, Victor surprises Nikki with breakfast on the patio overlooking the ranch. Instead of discussing business reports, he shares memories of their earliest days together. They laugh about youthful mistakes, impossible dreams, and the countless times everyone predicted their marriage wouldn't survive. Those memories remind them that their greatest strength has never been wealth or influence. It has always been resilience. Moved by the conversation, Victor makes an unexpected proposal. He promises Nikki that no matter what challenges await, she will always come before business. Every major decision affecting their lives will be made together. No more secret plans. No more carrying impossible burdens alone. No matter how complicated things become, honesty will guide their future. Nikki, touched by his sincerity, offers a promise of her own. She vows to stand beside Victor without letting fear dictate her choices. Instead of worrying about what might go wrong, she wants them to embrace the years ahead with hope rather than suspicion. Together, they agree that the future should be measured by shared memories, not victories over their enemies. Their heartfelt agreement marks a profound shift in their relationship. However, life in Genoa City rarely allows happiness to last uninterrupted. Rumors begin circulating that a mysterious investor has quietly acquired significant shares in several companies connected to Newman Enterprises. Financial advisors warn Victor that someone may be preparing an elaborate takeover attempt from behind the scenes. Ordinarily, Victor would respond with immediate aggression, assembling his legal team and preparing a counterattack before learning every detail. This time, Nikki gently reminds him of the promise they made. Instead of reacting impulsively, Victor chooses patience. The decision shocks everyone around him. Victoria notices her father's unusually calm demeanor and suspects he's hiding something. Adam struggles to understand why Victor isn't already planning retaliation. Nick wonders whether age has softened the legendary businessman, while Lily and Devin quietly observe the changing dynamics inside the Newman family. Meanwhile, Nikki finds herself becoming an unexpected source of strategic wisdom. Rather than encouraging Victor to fight every battle, she urges him to distinguish genuine threats from distractions designed to exhaust him emotionally. Her advice proves investigations continue. Victor discovers that the supposed corporate assault is actually intended to provoke him into making costly mistakes. By refusing to react emotionally, he prevents his enemies from gaining the advantage they expected. For Nikki, the experience confirms that their promise wasn't merely romantic, it was practical. Their partnership has become stronger because they are finally approaching challenges as equals rather than carrying separate burdens. Yet another emotional twist emerges when Claire observes the renewed closeness between Victor and Nikki. Inspired by their commitment, she begins reevaluating her own relationships and wonders whether forgiveness might accomplish more than revenge ever could. Their example starts influencing multiple generations of the Newman family. Even longtime rivals notice the difference. Jack Abbott, accustomed to Victor's relentless aggression, finds himself facing a calmer, more thoughtful opponent. While neither man is ready to end decades of rivalry, their interactions become less personal and more respectful. It raises an intriguing possibility that even the oldest feuds can evolve with time. Of course, this newfound peace doesn't eliminate future drama. Secrets still linger beneath the surface. Unexpected alliances continue to form, and ambitious newcomers remain eager to challenge Genoa City's most powerful families. But Victor and Nikki's promise changes how they face those obstacles. Instead of allowing chaos to dictate their lives, they decide to protect what matters most, each other. As the weeks unfold, viewers witness subtle but meaningful changes. Family dinners become more frequent. Business discussions no longer dominate every conversation. Quiet evenings at the ranch regain their importance. Even during moments of crisis, Victor remembers Nikki's words before making life-altering decisions. The transformation isn't perfect. Old habits occasionally resurface, and Victor's instinct to control every situation remains deeply rooted. But each time he starts slipping back into familiar patterns, Nikki gently reminds him of the commitment they made beneath the peaceful skies of the Newman Ranch. That promise becomes the emotional foundation for an entirely new chapter. Whether future storms involve shocking betrayals, corporate sabotage, long-buried family secrets, or unexpected returns from familiar faces, Victor and Nikki now possess something stronger than strategy or influence. They have renewed faith in each other. For longtime fans, this storyline offers something refreshingly heartfelt amid the endless twists and turns that define the young and the restless. Rather than relying solely on shocking revelations or explosive confrontations, it explores the quiet strength found in trust, communication, and shared purpose. If these spoilers prove accurate, Victor and Nikki's life-changing promise could become one of the series' most meaningful moments. A reminder that even the strongest couples must occasionally rediscover why they chose each other in the first place. And in Genoa City, where tomorrow is never predictable, that single promise may ultimately shape not only their future, but the destiny of the entire Newman family.